I've read 36 books this year, so here's my top 5 reads of 2024. I'm only doing a top 5 because I told myself I only want to include one thing from each author, and also I only read 36 books. So I kind of wanted to keep the list a bit shorter, but these are absolute 6-star reads for me, rereading, annotating, recommending to everybody I know. No matter who you are, you're gonna probably love these books. I'm gonna do these ranked. So my number 5 book this year is Lessons in Chemistry. This is a feminine rage novel. It will have you giggling. It will also have you sobbing and crying. It will make you so unbelievably angry. This is about a scientist in the 1960s who takes a non traditional approach to chemistry and baking, and it just kind of is like one of those, like, let's go women books. It's so amazing and beautiful, and I absolutely love this book. My number 4 read of this year was the Hunger Games series. I'd never read this before. Most people I know experience reading this in like middle school or high school, but I read it this year. It was compelling, it was beautiful. I am currently reading another dystopian book, and I just don't know if anything is going to be able to match the feelings that those books gave me. The number 3 spot on my list is Fourth Wing. I know this is a book talk book. I know it's popular, but hear me out. The reason why this is on my list is because it was kind of an introduction to romantasy for me and fantasy, and I think it's opening me to an entirely new world of books that I haven't really read before. I was captivated every second. I have some frustrations with the book, obviously. There were some plot things that really pissed me off, and the way that the characters were written, I think the main character is unlikable, but I think it just expanded and opened a new horizon for me, and that's why it's on here. At the number 3 spot for me is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I finished this book yesterday. It took me actually like a day to read this. Clearly, I loved it. It's annotated, it's tabbed. I plan on rereading this. I read part of Your World. The writing is beautiful. I wanted to scream at the two main characters the entire time. And I find that books that can overtake me with emotion are always going to be 6 stars for me. This book left me emotionally devastated. I didn't know what to do with myself for the rest of the night. I think it represents anxiety very well. I think it represents the way that anxiety affects relationships very well. My number 1 read this year, Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love the way that Taylor Jenkins Reid writes, and I've never seen another author write unlikable characters as well as she does. She gives you this attachment to Carrie Soto, despite the fact that she's kind of unlikable. She kind of pisses you off. You have no reason to like her. But for some reason, I was just so captivated, and it was basically an instant reread for me. I forced my boyfriend to read it after I read it, and he also really loved it. It will make you cry. It will pull you